So you tell me a little bit about what's going on at the Down East Partnership for Children. I mean, you do a lot of things.
Yes.
I've heard of it pretty much all of my life, and I think I'm not unusual for most people in the area. But
Okay.
if you pinned me down and said exactly what do they do,
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I could absolutely tell you. But I'll take a stab at it now and see how close I am, and I may just be wrong.
Okay.
But I think you do a little early childhood development.
You're right.
And you provide some educational opportunities and maybe some after-school types of programming.
Okay.
I don't exactly know what the demographic is, but I would just go with folks who need it.
Uh-huh.
I know you have
Absolutely.
a wonderful playground, and I've
Yes,
been
we
there
do.
for that. But I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that. I've just oversimplified it, I'm confident. So
Absolutely.
walk me through exactly what you do.
Okay, so you are familiar with Down East Partnership for Children. I'm happy to know that.
Yes, ma'am.
So we serve all families. We do offer some programs for families that are free.
Okay.
No cost to families. Every time we offer a program, we have dinner.
Okay.
We have childcare, and we have a gas card that they will get.
Okay.
Every time. So when the families come to our
So I
programs,
got no excuse not to come.
all they have to do is go home, take a bath, and go to bed.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's great.
So
what kind of programs?
Okay.
So, I mean, that's great. So you're doing a program, so Monday, Wednesday, whatever it is, from 7 to 9, or when is
yes.
it?
So we have several programs.
Okay.
We have a program called Circle of Parents.
Okay.
And that program is hybrid. So
Okay.
1 week it's virtual and the next week it's in person.
Okay.
So families who have children with special needs up to age 18
Okay.
can come to that support group.
Okay.
And we offer all those perks and benefits that I talked about
So let's talk
before.
about children with needs, right? So we're talking
Yes.
about kids maybe on the autism scale.
Yes.
And what other categories fit in that?
Okay.
Because-
Anybody that has a diagnosis of a special need.
Okay. Period. Whatever.
Yes,
Whoever.
absolutely.
As defined by the state of North
ADHD,
Carolina.
ODD,
Okay.
absolutely. Down syndrome. Some kids just have developmental delays.
Sure.
We have some that were born premature.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a big deal because I do talk
Yes.
to a lot of folks around, and and I had a child who was on the scale.
Okay.
Very high functioning. She's doing fantastic. Has done great. She's
Awesome.
31.
Awesome.
It is a success story.
That's
But
right.
not without its own set of challenges. And you just don't know if
That's
you don't
right.
know where you can actually find folks like you that can at least understand that
right.
journey. And
That's
the
right.
truth of it is, it's hard to understand the journey unless you've been there.
Mhm. And that's exactly what our parents say. They say that
Yeah.
I'm with a group of people now who understand what I'm going through. They've either
Right.
been through it or they're
Right.
going to go through it.
Right.
So we constantly add new families to the support group all the time.
Right.
We have about 42 families involved in that program
Okay.
throughout this year, just this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
So
And so when you start looking at least in the statistics I've seen, like 1 in 7 children or 1 in 8 children are born with some on the autism scale somewhere along the way. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure if that's a real number, but I've seen it enough times that I almost believe it. But that's a lot. That's a high percentage.
and that's a high percentage. And those families will come to us sometimes before they get their diagnosis
Okay.
because they know that something is not quite
Sure.
right. They're waiting to get their child assessed.
Yeah.
In the meantime, they start coming to the support group, and
Okay.
it makes it a little easier process
Okay.
when they hear from families that say, yes, I saw those same things in my child.
So I just show up then. Is that how
Okay.
I enroll?
So there's a registration process. I would
Okay.
actually send you a link to register.
Okay.
So I'll get your basic information, find out how many kids you have, that kind of thing.
Right.
Then once we get that registration in, you're set and ready to come to the meeting.
Okay.
We do what we call like a goodness of fit. So I'll talk with you about the program so you know exactly how the program runs.
Mhm.
You know, the expectations of the program, how we can be of help to you as a parent and as a family.
Okay.
So we have that talk and then you start your groups.
And that's just one of the programs and streams that you have going. So what are the
Yes.
others? And I think that's great. You're feeding folks, you get them home. I mean, that's great.
Absolutely. And so another program that we have is Triple P. Triple
Okay.
P comes in tiers.
All right.
It's a great program where we can start with a Triple P brief.
Okay.
So that brief takes up to 45 minutes to an
Now, what are
hour.
the triple Ps? What are the 3 Ps?
So that is positive parenting program.
Okay, got it.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
All right.
And so with the Triple P, when they come in with the briefs, it can be over the phone, it can be a Zoom, and it's usually where we start. We have like 50 different topics to choose from.
Okay.
Anywhere from whining to bringing a new baby into the household, postpartum, and the parent kind of looks at those topics and
Yeah.
see, this is where I want to start right here.
Okay.
That is 2 sessions for that first one.
Okay.
Once they do that Triple P brief, a lot of times we're going to move them right into a seminar, which is where we have even more parents in there together, anywhere from 12 to 15 parents.
Okay.
And we're talking about something like raising competent kids.
Sure.
And that is a wonderful place to start, because a lot of our families, they want to hear that I am doing a good job as a parent. We're just giving this a little enhancement here and there, just to on top of what they're already doing.
I get it. Look, I have 4 children that none of them came with instruction manuals, and they're all very
That's
different.
right.
And I don't know what success is, right? I mean, I really don't. When you're in the middle of the fight, what I call the bewitching hour, when they were all really young, you're trying to, you get them fed, to bed, and their homework, and it's just chaotic, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's right.
So, again, just show up. There's a registration link.
Same thing, registration process, goodness of fit. There's a little bit more to Triple P. We also have discussion groups.
Okay.
And so a lot of times we will get 2 parent families or a mom and a significant other come into those classes.
Okay.
And they come in, and we have a book also that they use, and we have a more discussion.
Okay.
Seminars, a little bit more talking. We have a person that's up there talking,
right.
And a little bit of discussion. But with the discussion groups, it's mostly discussion.
All right.
Parents are part of that, saying, would this work in your household? Are you willing to try this strategy in your household?
Right.
And we give them over 17 different strategies to try, and then they can pick and choose the ones that work in their household.
Sure.
So,
sure.
And
because
then,
there's no one right way, right?
That's exactly right.
There are multiple ways to get to point A and to point B.
Yes.
Just got to try it on for yourself.
And that's what we stress to parents, that, having that positive attitude.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and parents, we just finished a class and graduated a group of 13.
Wow.
And those parents tell
I didn't know
us.
that's anything you can graduate from.
Yes, it is. It is.
Just an ongoing process.
It's a level 4 group.
Okay.
And in that program, we go in and talk with parents on how to handle discipline, how to talk with your kids, how to talk through the process, how to use those strategies like a behavior chart, creating that chart so that you can have your child be successful and follow your lead. But also the little things like, how to give a clear command, how to say it in a calm voice versus a yelling voice.
Sure.
And parents tell us that I'm willing to try this. They go home and try it, and they come back and say, it worked. That's not normally how I do business, but it worked.
Right.
And from there, they believe in this positive parenting. Our programs are evidence-based.
Right.
I tell parents all the time that, millions of parents have tried these same strategies and they worked.
Right.
And so that's why they're called evidence-based.
Which is why you're promoting it, which is why you're going down that road. So, that's just 2 of the programs. So I got to stop you though. What's the capacity? So, let's say the Triple P program.
Okay.
You said you graduated, 13, 14 families. How many can you take in a class?
Okay. So that's kind of about the max, 13 to 15 families. Sometimes it's 2 parent families.
Sure.
That particular class, level 4 group, is 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so we're with them for a little while, but that also includes homework. It includes a book that they're reading. It includes activities that they're doing. We actually sit down and we go through a behavior chart.
Right.
You give them the resources that they need to make it, the stickers and everything.
Okay.
You go home, you try it, you come back, you talk about it.
Sure.
You talk about it. Is there anything you would add, anything you would do differently? And you have that conversation. If they say yes, okay, go back and try that next week.
I got it. So you got 12, 13, you do it every 6 weeks. That means you can offer 9 classes. So roughly your capacity is a little over 110-ish or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So who pays for this?
So we have multiple funders for that. We heard of Smart Start. We're a big
sure.
Smart Start agency.
Yeah.
So we have Smart Start funds, but we also have DSS funds, or Department of Social Services funds from the state.
Right.
And so they pay for the food and the incentives and gas cards. And absolutely.
And I know you guys also do your own fundraising. So,
absolutely. All the time.
All the time,
all
right?
All the time.
Never too much.
Never
too much. All right, so
That's right.
So we got Triple P, we've got, what other programs?
Okay, so we have Kaleidoscope Play and Learn groups. And that's where, a lot of times it's the stay-at-home moms or grandparents who are taking care of their own grandkids that come to Down East Partnership for Children 2 days a week. And then we also have a Kaleidoscope group out at Spring Hope at the Spalding Family Resource Center.
Okay.
And that's on Wednesdays.
All right.
So throughout the year, families can come every week. Program lasts for 16 weeks.
Okay.
And be a part of that play group.
Okay.
So
I mean, just walk me through all the programs,
Okay.
and then I'll start asking questions.
So-
I'm just filled with all kinds of questions.
good.
Yeah.
So I want to share that we also have a mini call center.
All right.
And so we have families calling in all the time for childcare,
Okay.
looking for quality childcare. We walk them through the process of what quality childcare looks like and questions to ask when you need that.
Right.
And basically, the parents that are working part time, going to school, we also help pay for childcare. So
Okay.
we have a scholarship program
Okay.
where Downey's Partnership for Children pays 90% and the parent pays only 10%.
Right.
And regardless of how many kids you have.
Oh,
And if
wow.
you have 2 kids or 4 kids, you're
Right.
still going to pay 10%
Right.
of your income.
Well, that is
So-
outstanding. So, what does child care run now? I don't even know.
Oh, wow. It
I mean, I've been out of
varies.
the business a little bit.
It
but-
has increased some, but
Sure.
it varies.
Yeah.
In our area for infant care, it's
Yeah.
anywhere from $180 to $250 a week.
See, that's
That's
I'm
for
going to
infants.
make $800 just to cover that, really, to have anything to really be able to live off of.
So child care is big, and we're
Yeah.
wanting to make sure that families have it so they can
Sure.
work and be productive.
Sure.
We also
Sure.
assist with finding after-school care as well
Okay.
for the older kids and summer care. I brought some resources to share to leave in your office
Okay.
today from
Thank you.
summer
Yeah.
care, where we've compiled like a listing of summer camps that are
Mm-hmm.
going on in our Nash Edgecombe County area.
Well, let's come back to that. But I want to know about this
okay.
child care because
Okay.
is there enough capacity in our area? Because it's something that keeps coming up, not
Oh,
just
absolutely.
just not in the context of what we're talking about, but
Mhm.
economic development. Folks start saying, okay, well,
Yes.
I want to be able
Yes.
to recruit an employee base.
Yes.
We have a lot of single moms who want to work, but not only that, we have a lot of single parent households.
Absolutely.
And I came from a 2-parent household, but that didn't mean that somebody was there all around. There was always, an aunt or
That's exactly
a
right.
grandmother or somebody to picking up the slack. So
That's
we
right.
can't do it on our own. Is
We
the point I'm
can't. We
making.
need help. And it's a
Absolute.
challenge for
That's
our
right.
child care providers because we do, we need teachers in
Yeah.
child care facilities,
Yeah.
and for some child care facilities need money to pay
That's
their
right.
teachers.
Well, they do.
And so it is a challenge.
So is there plenty of capacity out there? Or is it something?
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. And I'll
Okay,
tell
well,
you, parents
got
are
it.
looking. We do our best to help guide parents through that
Sure.
process. And we do, when they call us at Downey's Partnership, we can give them a listing of those places
Right.
that are available in Nash or Edgecombe County. And actually, we serve 5 counties
Okay.
when they call us for child care: Halifax, Wilson, Warren, Nash, and Edgecombe counties.
Okay.
And so we can give referrals in all
So
of
that's
those
different
counties.
than Area L. Then that's even. But anyway.
Yes, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So we can give them, information about what time they open, close,
Yeah.
where they're located, their fees, if they have openings in that facility.
Sure.
And then we try to give them at least 10 to 12 so that when they don't have openings, they can go to the next one.
Right.
hmm
Right.
We
right.
do walk them through the process of, what quality child care is and questions to ask as well.
So where do you find that people want that? I mean, because that's just, it's a little aside here, but, there's been some discussion that maybe something needs to be open at Kingsborough, industrial site or other places. And, what kind of strategy are you seeing would be most beneficial to potential employees of new jobs?
Oh, absolutely. And I always think about Pfizer.
Sure. Okay.
And
that's
they
great
have a
example.
child care facility right there at
They
them.
do.
And a lot of the workers do use it. It offers second shift and third shift as well.
Okay.
So that's a benefit for them. So looking at what the industry needs,
Right.
but then you also need the child care provider.
That's
so
right.
having someone that's willing to run that site, to open that site
Right.
and be there
Right.
where the workers have always, that child care available for them.
Well, thank you for going down that little journey of a rabbit hole with me. But you were all headed down the road of summer camps, and summer's right here on
Yes,
top of it.
it
so,
is. It is.
I mean, when school get out? It's going to be like today.
I think
or-
today is the last day of a lot of the
say,
schools.
if it's not,
yes.
it's soon.
Yes, absolutely. But parents start calling like in April. They
Oh,
start
I'm
calling
sure.
and trying to get the plan together for after school programs, as well as
2
for
months
summer
isn't
camp
much time.
programs. It's not a lot, and some of our kids still need tutoring.
Right.
So they're looking for tutoring sites as well.
Okay.
So we start ourselves early. And
Okay.
actually we start about the end of the summer. We start working around September to look for sites that are going to be open for after school care,
Right.
even summer care. We start compiling this really nice list of things
Yeah.
for families to do. So
Okay.
we have it electronically so we can email it to families. We have hard copies so that we can give them.
Right.
And they have a nice selection of summer camp places.
So how would I find that then electronically? I mean, you and I
Okay.
are talking, and I'm sitting right
So,
here looking at it, and you're going to
yes,
give me
yes.
this, but if I'm listening to this and I want to
Yes.
access it, how do I find
So
it?
we want you to call us
Okay.
at Downey's Partnership for Children
Got it.
so that we can, it's easy. We hit a button and email it to you.
Okay.
Or you can come by and pick up a hard copy. But we do want you to call us so you can get the resource.
So initial touch.
And you can share it. You know,
I
some
got it. Sure.
families will come in and get 2 or 3 packets
Right.
and share it with someone.
Right. But then that touch with y'all helps you kind of understand what folks are needing.
Yes.
And so be able to offer what the whole portfolio of opportunities
That's
might
right.
be,
And
I guess.
that's what we want to share, that we're giving you this summer packet, but we also have these wonderful resources that are going to be
Right.
coming up soon.
Right. Okay.
So,
That's
yes.
fantastic. So, you know, what else you got? I mean, this is a lot more than I anticipated, really.
Well, I am excited because, you know, parents always say to us that they feel like Downey's Partnership for Children is a welcoming place to come to.
Okay.
You know, when you call us, you're going to get a person on the phone. When
Right.
you walk in the building, you got a person at the front desk that's
Yes.
sitting right there smiling at you.
Right.
They always tell us that, you know, our staff is trained and I just feel like we have, you know, taken away some of that stigma
Right.
of being a bad parent.
Right.
Just because you come into a parenting class doesn't mean you're a bad parent.
Oh, look.
You know, it means I'm reaching out for support. I'm going to meet some people that are in typical situations in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some dinner. I'm going to have childcare.
Let me tell you,
And
speaking for me and for me only in my own experience, I've been a good parent, I've been a bad parent, all rolled into one, right? I mean, it's just difficult to know where,
That's
where
right.
somebody else is in their own head, right?
That's
and you've
exactly
got to
right.
balance your own
Mhm.
experience with that.
That's
so,
it.
So no, I don't think there's any shame in saying, look, we all need help. I mean, good gracious.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's what we love about what we do.
Right.
You know, families come in and you can just be yourself. You know,
Sure.
they tell us real things that happen in their household with their kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not shy. We've heard it before. But we say, okay, here's a lot of strategies for you to use.
Sure.
Let's practice some of those strategies.
Right.
We sit down with the parents and we practice.
Okay.
How are you going to talk to your kid about timeout so
Right.
that your kid knows what you're doing
Right.
when you get ready to use it?
Right. Right.
So it is amazing how families, they're doing things
Right.
and they have strategies that they're using. So we hear about those as well.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I tried this and I
Yes,
did it a little
yes.
bit differently and it was successful and
That's right.
evidence based, right? Keep
That's
going back to
exactly
that.
right.
What is working and how do we expand upon that?
Yes.
So, what are the biggest needs that you have there? I mean,
The biggest needs
yes.
is, you know, I'm still thinking about childcare
Of
because we
course.
know that families want to work, they want to go to school,
Sure.
and we need money to pay for childcare.
That's right.
You know, we do have our Department of Social Services that offer, you know, assistance in paying for childcare. Downey's Partnership for Children has a program as well, but we need more money to help families pay for childcare.
Okay.
Right now, families have to work, you know, 30 hours a week,
Right.
but
To
families who
qualify.
work part-time,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, 30 hours is right
they
there on the
even
bubble,
need-
right? It's somewhere between full time and part time.
Yes, they even need help paying for childcare,
Sure.
even though I'm working 20 hours a week because that's all they'll give me where I work.
Well, look, I mean,
So-
I've talked to folks, and I know you have too, where somebody says, well, you know, I'm just going to quit working because
Uh-huh.
what I'm paying out, I'm not making anything. And so I'll just devote my time here.
That's exactly right. You know, we're talking a
Yeah.
lot about family, friend care, neighbor
That's
care,
right.
so that, you know, here's an option, talking to your neighbor, your family, your friends, so they can help you until you can get to where you
Right.
are eligible for, you know,
Right.
childcare assistance.
Right.
So
right.
a lot of talking and brainstorming as well with families over the phone.
So what's kind of your budget for child daycare? If that's one of your biggest singular needs, or at least that, you know, that's the thing that grabs you initially.
Okay.
So, I mean, what is the budget for that? What do you think is the need and how do we find those additional resources?
Okay, so I won't quote the budget because I don't know that
It
right
is-
off, but
yeah.
it's not enough. I can tell you, I can tell you that.
You do know the number.
It is not enough. But what we do is families who are eligible, we make sure they know about the program. We're willing to go out to businesses and talk with, you know, the employees to say, hey, here's the service that we provide.
Right.
Apply for it.
Right.
We also tell them about DSS as well. We also tell them about creative ways. You know,
Okay.
if you're going to be at home with your kids, maybe you want to start an after school program
Right.
so that you can make a little bit of money and
Okay.
watch somebody
Well, tell me
else's
about
child.
creative ways. I don't know anything about that.
Absolutely.
So I can go out and start my own little program, and of course you have to. I'm assuming certify it somehow or another.
Yes, absolutely. We have folks at Downey's Partnership for Children that walk through the process if you want to become a licensed site. Like
Okay.
you're talking about the
Sure,
industry, and maybe
sure,
the industry
sure.
has said, we want a child care facility close to where we are.
Right.
We have a team of people that can walk you through that process.
Okay, great. So you provide consultation services
Absolutely.
as well. I mean, okay. Well, what don't you do? I mean, you know, every time I talk to you, we go down down the road and there's something I didn't even see coming. Not only are you in the child care business, you're helping other folks set up a child care business.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
just,
exactly
I guess,
right.
showing that the need is just that tremendous in the area.
Yes.
How many youth do we have that we're trying to serve in our area? I mean, there are 5 counties. That's a lot.
Oh, that's a lot. And we try to serve everybody that calls us, we try to serve, but we spend a lot of time doing outreach as well.
Okay.
We're out there at these community events, passing out information, sharing with families.
Right.
Even though Downey's Partnerships has been here for 30 years,
Right.
We're still sharing our information, and we run across families who said, I didn't know that.
Right.
So we make sure that we're out there in the community.
So is your only location here in Rocky Mount, or do you have other locations within these 5
Our only
counties?
location is here in Rocky Mount,
Okay.
but we will travel. We will go to different places.
I've been hearing outreach.
Far end of Edgecombe County, far end of Nash County, sharing our information.
Sure.
So,
Well, that's fantastic. So what am I missing? I mean, I feel like I've asked a lot, but like I said, every time we talk about something, you're taking me down another direction that I would never have anticipated. So what have I not asked you that I need to?
So I would say that we give a lot of referrals, not just to the programs that we have at Downey's Partnership for Children, but the programs out in the community.
Okay.
So we stay familiar with what's going on in our community. We use the NC Care 360 platform, and we're able to use that to be a referral and share referrals as well.
Okay.
So a family may call us and, they're just moving into the area.
Right.
Sometimes they need childcare. Sometimes they say, you know what, I'm just moving into a new house and I need furniture. Wow. And so we're going to go out there and check the list to see who can help the family with furniture.
Okay.
So
you consolidate all kinds of, so if I need it,
yes,
start with you. You can hand me off to somewhere else, perhaps. Maybe you have somebody directly who can access, but you are, we'll call it your the concierge of needs, I guess.
Absolutely. You can start with us and we will get you those referrals. If we don't know them right then, we'll do a little bit of research and find out what's out there.
Well, look, this has been absolutely amazing. So I see right here, we're talking about summer meals. We've not talked about that, but we're talking about camps. But tell us about Summer Meals Program. What's going on there?
So I brought you some information to leave with you about that as well. I have a packet for you right here.
Okay.
With the summer meals, we work with the Nash Rocky Mount Schools and the Edgecombe County Schools with those meals and the North Carolina Food Bank. So we have a list here of the programs that are going to offer the feeding programs.
Okay.
So that means that a family can eat free lunch and free breakfast.
Okay.
We tell families to make a schedule. Schedule yourself for a free breakfast here every day somewhere and free lunch here so that you're not having to buy that food this summer.
Well, that's right.
We have what we call open sites.
And Lord knows food prices have gone crazy in the last 3 years.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
So
anyway, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting
no
you.
worries. You're good. You're good. So we have open sites, and the families can go to those sites, and you can you get in line and you get your food. They just check you off, kind of like a cafeteria plan at the school. And you get your food. They have a place for you to sit and eat. And then some of the sites even have activities and what we call free play for the kids, either before lunch or after lunch.
Well, now transportation can be a problem for folks too. So are these sites located on a bus route, or is there a easy way to access them? I mean, I'm
so
sure
we
you
have a
saw through
list that we're going to post. But some of these sites are out in the communities where people live. We've got some church sites where it might be on your block. You might just be walking distance of where you live. So
how many sites in total? Do you think
so basically, here's what we have. We have about 17 different sites. Yes, that's one of the flyers. But we have about 17 different sites, and then we have this list here that tells like the timing of the lunch, the contact person, the phone number, and we'll be sharing this on our website and electronically. And, we're just trying to put it out there so families know where they can go and eat at no cost. A breakfast and a lunch.
How do these folks get into this business?
So this group, we start like in September, at the end of the program. We start right up into doing it again. So they have been through trainings from the North Carolina Food Bank on how to handle food. With the Edgecombe County Schools, they do a training as well.
I'm assuming the health departments come by and inspect them periodically, both Nash and Edgecombe, depending where you happen to be.
So all of that's done. And then they have training also with Downey's Partnership for Children. We have 3 sessions where they come in and we talk about food to making sure you're having volunteers, making sure your location is safe, making sure you have a sign out so people know that when they drive up that you're serving this food.
Right.
We go through all of those things and then start June. Like some of these programs have already started.
Sure.
They're ready to go.
Sure.
And most of them run up to like August the 8th or 9th or 10th.
Which I guess
right
is
up
about
to
the first day of
last
school.
minute.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
So we're excited about all the help and support that we've had from Summer Feeding, Summer Learning.
Well, I'm excited about it too, and I'm delighted at hearing all the good work that you guys are doing.
Well, thank you so much.
And let me know what I can do to help support you in any way I can. I would love to be part of that. We do a little something, but I mean, this is tremendous, because it's about how our children do is how our community will do. And
Absolutely.
So we've got to provide every single opportunity we can for everybody. And, the old adage, it takes a village to raise a child, really is true.
It's true. Yes, it
really
is. Yes, it is.
And so I'm just delighted that you have found how to fill in the village.
Absolutely. And we still need help from our community partners.
Sure,
so
of
we're
course you do.
always just inviting them in and making sure that they stay in the loop as well as, knowing what we do, but also us knowing what they're doing.
Well, look,
So,
God bless you. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you so much. I do have an invitation for you.
Okay.
We're going to have a family day on September the 8th. It's going to be at North Carolina Wesleyan University.
Okay.
And we want you to come and be a part of that.
Well, we're going to do the best we can. I'm not looking at my calendar, but I will commit this to you. If I can, I absolutely will be.
Okay, and I'll get you a formal invite.
September 8th at North Carolina Wesleyan University.
Yes.
We got it. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.